Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Ro-JoSports, where at the end of the episodes, you, the listener, have the power to spark the debates. I'm your host, Rob. Here alongside of me is my counterpart, my right-hand man, Joe. Say hi, Joe.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
So, Joe, before we get started, we talked a little bit off stream about a couple of things. First off, one thing that we wanted to add to our shows is sports trivia. So, before each segment, we will ask each other a trivia question leading into the upcoming topic. For instance, if we are going to college football segment, we will ask each other our trivia questions and give you, the listeners, time to think of an answer and even comment your responses whether you were correct or not. We will then give the answer to each other's trivia question at the end of every segment. That being said, if you, the listener, think of a trivia question that you would like for us, Joe or myself, to answer, please comment with your questions and we will answer them as we receive. Also, one other announcement. Next week, November 24th, we will be going live and we'll go live once a month on TikTok where you, the listener, can be active in conversations that will be read on air and have interactive sports trivia with you, the listener. The person, Joe, I come up with this on my own. The person who hits the like button the most amount of times during the stream has the opportunity to be a featured guest on our show for the following week. So
All
be
right.
so be sure to tune in next week at 9 p.m. Eastern, live on TikTok. What do you think, Joe?
I think that's a great idea.
Good.
Love to interact with people,
Yeah,
especially
yeah,
new people.
yeah. Give somebody the opportunity, a fan or whatever. Give them the opportunity to be on
Yeah,
here with us. What do you think of that?
I love that.
Okay,
Hopefully, some people
and
that I
we'll
know.
we'll test you too. If you're gonna be on here with us, you better come ready.
Oh yeah,
You know,
that's right.
and you could even come on here with your own trivia questions. Okay. So that being said, Joe, I wanted to give you my first trivia question. Okay.
All right,
And after this, you could give me yours.
all
Okay.
right.
And then we will go through our high school football list of
Yeah.
things to go over. And at the end, during that time, you, the listener, can have time to try and solve the trivia question yourself.
All right.
Okay. And then at the end of it, we will come up with our answers. You like that?
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm in.
All right. Joe,
You know what you got?
my first trivia question. This is probably the easiest one you're gonna get. Okay,
Oh,
maybe.
hold on. Let me guess. Let me guess. What color is Martin's Ferry jerseys? Purple. Did
No,
I get it
they're
right?
no, they're black after halftime. Okay,
Oh man,
and then they lose.
stirring my.
Uh, so anyway, my first trivia question: in a game of darts, in a game of darts, what is the highest possible score that you can get with three darts?
All right.
You
That's a great question. I like that question.
like that one?
Yeah.
I thought outside of
I wasn't
football,
expecting it.
outside of
Yeah.
baseball, right? Okay. So
You want
again,
mine?
yeah. So real quick, again, you the listener during this time for the high school thing, take this time to try and solve it and then put it in the comments and we'll comment whether it was right or not, or you'll find out at the end of the segment if it were. Go ahead, Joe. What is your
All right.
first trivia
Uh,
question?
First trivia question. Easy level.
Easy
Easy
level.
level.
Okay, go ahead.
Where did J.J. Watt first play college football?
Okay, I got it. That's a good question.
Oh yeah.
That's a good question for easy. For easy, that's a good one.
That's what I said. I'm ready. I came prepared for the trivia questions today,
Can't
Rob. Better be
can't
ready.
Came prepared. I'm ready. I don't know if I'm quite ready for that one, but I'm ready. I think. I think. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. So again, during this time, try and solve it yourself. At the end of the segment, okay, you'll find out whether you're right or wrong. Okay? So, Joe, once again, I would like to kick off the show, no pun intended, talking about high school football playoffs. Okay? First, I wanted to start off with the Steubenville Big Reds. They had a fantastic big win over Licking Valley Panthers, who were undefeated. Okay? With a last.
Did I say? I said, Rob. I told you. I said, Big Red. But
Yeah? Yeah, well, just wait till you hear the end of this part, though. So they had a big win over Licking Valley with a last second walk off 47-yard field goal by Cole Bowers to advance to the regional finals. 47
wow.
yards in high school. That's a big kick.
Yeah, that's pretty far.
And
That's a big
and
kick.
and it wasn't like is it going to make it? No, he probably had another 10 yards to that thing.
So he could have been from 60.
Yeah. Yeah, because every kickoff, they were
Man,
talking about how every kickoff that he did, it was at least 5 to 6 yards deep into the end zone. Okay, so he's got a leg. He's got a leg
yeah.
on him.
Now,
Um,
correct me if I'm wrong, Rob, but they were down 14-0 in this game.
they were, they were, they were. So uh, I'll get into that in this spiel right here. Actually, the Steubenville Big Reds came in as underdogs once again and started the game down 14-0 at halftime. Like you read my mind. Um,
I, I knew where we were going.
the Big Reds also had a big game from running back Kawan Bryant, who came out of the locker room after halftime like a man possessed with 184 yards rushing in the second half
Wow.
on 23 carries. He tied the game up at 14 with a 63-yard touchdown run late in the game, setting up the fairy tale kick for the Big Reds to win in walk-off style. So the Big Reds will now go on to play the defending state champions, the Bishop Watterson Eagles, who just annihilated Tri Valley 48-6.
Yeah, it's gonna be a. I usually run with the Big Red, but this is
Yeah, it's
this is
the
a
big
this
one.
is a tough game.
It's a big one.
Tough game.
This is Steubenville's fourth straight regional final title game. The Big Reds are right now, according to Max Preps, the Big Reds are 20-point underdogs going into this
Oh
game
boy.
Friday. But if Steubenville proved anything this week, is that they can never be counted out. And you know how it goes for 20-point underdogs. They can always come back and haunt you.
Yeah, yeah. I know.
but no, I mean, yeah, Licking Valley, they gave them all they could in the first half, and then I
Yeah.
mean, when you have nearly 200 yards rushing in the
Hey,
second half,
when you have that playoff experience,
you
it
know
does
not to get
wonders.
down.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if you're down 14, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Game starts second half, it's 0-0. We're ready to go.
yeah. Um, So yeah, that's being played at a neutral site. I'm not sure the actual location. You know, I think they're in state championships. They played that up in Columbus, don't they? Or do they still do that?
Uh, I
Last year
mean,
they
if,
did it at
if
the
this
Hall of
is,
Fame.
yeah, so it's probably Canton. If this is the top four, it
Yeah,
would be Canton.
yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how they could keep up with the Eagles. You know,
Yep.
we'll see. Um, Speaking of being counted out, I wanted to get into another high school game this past weekend. Fort Fry is another team who, so at this point, was a smart one to never bet against. Their running game was successful this past weekend, against the highly talented West Jefferson Rough Riders. The cadets ended the first quarter down 20-7, but came back to tie the game up 20-20. But Austin Boucher, I think I mentioned to you last week about his stats and everything.
Yep.
His firepower and impressive 4 touchdown passes at 380 yards passing turned out to be a little bit too much that the Cadets were able to handle, and they lost this past Friday with a close call, 34-32. Close game.
Yep.
Definitely nothing to be ashamed of, as Austin Boucher is in the top 12 nationally in passing yards and a near 4-star recruit who has multiple offers. But last I checked, he is thinking about Kent State. Kent State.
Oh, Kent State. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a shame. Could have been a Bobcat, man. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. I'm sure he has. He'll probably get after this season and the numbers he's putting up. I mean, you're not going to tell me he's not going to have offers outside of Kent State. You
oh
know,
yeah. I mean, they say about Kent State.
that's where Jose went. Jose Davis.
Can't can't read, can't write, Kent State. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, people. If you went to Kent State, it's not. It's just hi, a Bobcat in me said that. That's all it is.
Is that your
The old
rival?
rivalry.
Is that the
It's
rivalry?
one of them.
One of them.
It's one of them.
Okay.
Miami, Ohio is the big one,
Is it?
but
Yeah,
yeah,
I was
but
wondering
Kent
if it.
State, we don't like them either.
And Ball State, right?
Oh no, any Ohio team
Bowling Green.
that's Bowling Green, Toledo, Ohio State, we're the real University of Ohio. Okay, we're the Ohio
Technically, you are
University.
the Ohio. Yeah.
That's right. We're
No
the first.
no state behind it, just straight up Ohio University. That's what you
That's
get.
right. They're the Ohio State's the state college. Okay, we're the big boys down here in Athens.
um, okay. In your neck of the woods, pretty close by to you, we had one other high school playoff game.
Yeah,
Uh,
the Barnesville Shamrocks.
yeah, how'd that go?
They had a rough game against Wheelersburg, but Wheelersburg is a great team. They've been a perennial playoff team for years. Um, they always play a tough schedule, and the Barnesville Shamrocks are a young team. They are a young
Very,
team,
very,
so
very.
they put up a good fight, but they couldn't really get it done. Lost 36-13. They played very hard in the first half, but Wheelersburg just has this Jimmy and Joe's kind of game. They had more talent, more guys come in and out of the game.
Yeah,
Where Barnesville
more
has,
experience. Yeah,
more experience. They have more players. It's unfortunate, but it's just the way it goes sometimes.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, looking at Barnesville too. I mean, when when your best experienced players and your key players include juniors and sophomores.
yes,
And you go 9-3 with a team like that, future's bright.
exactly.
Next year is probably going to be a really good year for them, and then you know,
They got Phoenix Graham, Cole Francis,
yeah,
and their big running back Trey Tolliver. He's coming back, so well, hopefully,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
but
It's not like
there's
college.
some good players,
Oh yeah, it is open enrollment in the state of Ohio, so I
right?
mean, he could be like,
So
you
you
know
never
what?
know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
ahead and head to Union Local this year.
yeah,
Whatever. So, but yeah, Tolliver, he averaged 194 yards a game. That's
yeah.
definitely nothing to sneeze at a sophomore.
And I remember watching him. He was running all over Wheeling Central Knights.
Yeah,
He couldn't stop him.
yeah. So, speaking of Wheeling Central, I'd imagine West Virginia's deep in the playoffs too, right?
Well, they start later than Ohio, so it might
Yeah.
be the first or second round, I believe.
Okay. So maybe next week we can have some West Virginia, you know, uh, playoff things on
We
here,
could
and
talk about the thick six again. That was what a great play.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
It's still on my mind. That it was
well,
so awesome.
he was featured on the Kelsey podcast. He was featured
Yeah.
on College Game Day,
Uh-huh.
right?
It was awesome.
Which we'll talk College Game Day here in a second. Uh, because I got to give Pat McAfee a shout out on his take on College Game Day. But anything else high school football wise? We're getting into
Um,
basketball. Like basketball
yeah,
starts here in a
basketball's
week.
coming.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's coming up fast. It's
yeah,
amazing how it works, isn't it?
it is. It is. I know that Marietta's basketball team had a couple of scrimmages so far, and we interviewed Coach Garner last week,
Mm,
and then we had Coach Roberts on here 2 weeks ago. Good luck to you guys. I know Marietta's
right.
basketball team, scrimmage wise, it's gone pretty well. And I know the first scrimmage they won by like 30 or 40 points, and they were without they didn't even play their two best guys. So uh, that's a good problem to have. Whenever we
Yeah,
were when we
it
were
is.
talking to Garner last week, and how all the depth of that team. He just kept going and going and going, and I'm like, you guys are gonna be fun to watch. And
Yep.
just hearing how he treats it like a college program and stuff, and
Hmm.
you could tell, I could tell whenever these kids come in and out of my classroom, and I'm like, I played high school basketball. I wasn't like that.
No, no.
It's a different
It
mentality. You
has
know,
a feel, has a different feel for the program.
yeah,
Even from the coach, you can just feel the energy.
yeah,
Just
yeah, for sure. And when Coach Roberts, it is his first year head coaching at Buckeye Local, and you got to start. You got to start. There's
he
this,
also he had that same kind of energy too.
he
It's
did,
just
he did.
we're bringing some new energy to the program,
And
which is a
that's
nice.
Buckeye Local basketball has been down for the past few
Hmm.
years. And they were always pretty decent. They were always a really decent football school, but there once it got to being around 2004 ish, they started to turn more so into a basketball school. I see you.
Decent.
I see you. Started to turn more into a basketball school with Chase Groves and that class, and then my class, and then you had the '09. Then I think 2016 they won OVACs and
Hmm.
sectionals, and then ever since that, and then COVID hit, and then ever since that, they've been really down. You know, no
Hmm.
fault of Coach Heaton's. He's a really great,
Yeah.
really good coach. But it's nice to see somebody who wants to bring back, the the Panther pride, or whatever, and bring pride back to the basketball program. And I think that this year, he mentioned the scores. He's gonna shoot the lights out, right? He's gonna be a
Yeah.
big, his words, gonna be a 3-point shooting school, right? So you know, if you're gonna be
Live and die
if
by three.
you're gonna
I
be
respect it.
aggressive, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with the aggressiveness. I don't. But you know, we'll get into high school wrestling. Coach Davis at Marietta, I have set up where he is interested in doing an interview on here as well. Uh, got a really good wrestler down here in Marietta High School, Teddy Bauer, heavyweight. Okay. And last year, I believe his record was 55-5
Cool.
as a junior. So got some high hopes with that one.
Yep. Sounds
Okay,
like it.
and he's actually taken a sophomore, Ryan Miller, under his wing. Kind of talked him into wrestling, and it was funny in my class. He was talking, well, I can't make wrestling today. He's like, I got a haircut. He's like, no, you're coming to wrestling.
A haircut.
Yeah, he's like, I got a hair.
What kind of excuse is that?
He's like, I got a haircut. He's like, no, you don't. And then it's like, you're coming with me. And sure enough, but no, just seeing him as the senior, as the leader, hold kids accountable, just in the school, not even at practices or anything. That I don't see it,
Mm,
but
I
just
love that.
in the school saying, no, you're coming to practice, or you're coming to
Yeah.
lifting, or you're coming to this, and just
Very
seeing
rare.
yeah, seeing him take on that leadership and captain role is really really nice, really awesome to see. Uh, but we can go ahead. I think that's the end of our high school segment, right? Did
Yeah,
you have anything else on that?
that's all I got.
Okay. So we will go ahead and answer our trivia questions.
Right?
Um, so as far as where J.J. Watt played college football at, I
Well,
remember
his the first place he was at.
the first place he was at.
Yeah, not where he was drafted from, but this is the first place he transferred.
Because I was going Wisconsin.
Well, that would be correct, but
That's not the
I want the
first.
original. Yeah, it's not the. He was also not a defensive end.
Can you give me a hint for conference?
Mac.
Mac.
It's Maction. Maction, baby.
Maction. Hmm. Man.
You want another hint?
Yeah. What state?
Dan Lefevre went to this school,
Ooh.
and the state is also Michigan.
Was it Central Michigan?
Yes, it was.
Okay. After
He
hints,
was a tight. Yeah, he was a tight end at Central Michigan,
tight end.
and then he transferred
Could you
to
imagine
Wisconsin.
the size of that man catching a
Yeah.
football and running at you?
Well, he did it in the NFL. You remember he would play tight end with the Texans when he won
I
the
don't.
Defensive Player of the Year.
I don't remember that. I have to go and
Yeah,
look at some
he would
highlights.
catch. He did like Mike Vrabel and him. Those are the two guys I think of for that.
Nice, nice. That's a good.
Yeah,
That's a good question. I knew Wisconsin. Then when you said original, I'm like,
yeah.
they had transfer.
Not like everyone knows he went to Wisconsin.
I'm like they had transfer portal. I don't remember that.
Yeah, he sat out a year in the Wisconsin defensive end. He was like a 2-star too.
Yeah.
Think of that. So all
Okay.
those 2 stars out here listening,
Yeah.
you could be an NFL Hall of Famer one day.
That is true. That is true. I really wished that he would have decided, you know what, I'm going to come back and play one more year and I'm going to play right next to TJ. I would have loved to see
Uh,
those two team up. You know, that would have
Not
been,
me.
and then Watt
I would have hated it.
and then their brother at fullback, you know, just have
Yeah.
the whole family.
I mean,
Whole family.
it would have been cool, but I would have hated it.
Well, you're Browns fan. You're tired of seeing the black and yellow.
That's right. Except
Okay.
Iowa. Love Iowa.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right. You had the question of
For
what was it?
darts.
How many
What?
points you can score with 3 darts?
Yeah, the
Isn't it
highest.
isn't it 300? 100 for each?
No. So a double bullseye is worth 50 points. Okay.
Oh.
Yep. Okay.
So 150 each.
It would be if
Triple bullseye, right?
so. Yeah, if you had three bullseyes in a row, you would have 150. But that's not the max amount that you could get because
Oh,
there.
so what is it?
So
Is it
there's
400?
nope.
600?
There is a number at the very top of a dartboard. If you're looking at a dartboard,
20?
20. Okay. Can you have
Yeah.
triple? You can have
One
triples at
eight, 180?
180.
All right.
If you.
Oh, so I was thinking like you throw 3 darts
Mhm.
that and you get 300. That's the maximum score though. But one dart is 180.
So one round of three.
Yeah.
So you had
So
triple
60,
20,
60,
triple 20.
60.
Yeah. And that's the
Okay.
180.
Oh, well, I'm not a big dart guy, so
That's okay.
I don't know if that
It's
shows you.
it's all right. It's all right. It is okay. So okay. Go ahead and
I'm not
call.
like Ted Lasso in this place.
Huh?
I said I'm not like Ted Lasso.
Ted
I
Lasso.
didn't spend my weekends at the dartboard with his dad throwing darts.
I did. I did.
Oh, so
My
that
dad.
was a loaded question.
Yeah. Yeah. My dad was in a dart league and everything, and I'm wee little, and I'm following them to them. Whatever. I
Uh,
didn't care. You know, but okay. Anything else, high school wise, or uh, we'll go ahead and end that segment there. You good there?
yep. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good there. We're both 0 for 1.
0 for
Hopefully
1.
we get better.
0 for 1. All right. We'll see you guys at college football.